Shalom, enlightened ones.
Hi, everyone.
Good to see you guys. Good to be here with you guys again. We made it another Monday. Marriage Mondays, Marriage Enlightenment Talks. If y'all was up here with us last week, my wife said she wanted to do a show on how we met. So we gave it a free hour. So I need y'all to be in here asking all the questions. My bad. I forgot to put this on Do Not Disturb. Alright, yeah. What's up, family? So last week she wanted to do a show on how we met. I think that was a good show. I think that would be a good show. So we're doing that tonight with Q&A. So y'all can ask any questions A to Z. You know, that enlighten y'all and give y'all some insight on relationships, marriage, parenting, and all those things. You know. So as you guys know, we've been together for about 15 years. Been married for like 13 years, going on 14. And yeah, just a brief summary. So we're going to talk about how we met today. Make sure you share, make sure you comment. We're going to need y'all feedback. You know what I mean? We gave it an open hour so you guys can ask anything that you want to ask, along with getting some information. So if you're not doing nothing, make sure you share if you care. You know, and get your pen and your pad ready. We're gonna rock and roll. So, babe, how did you wanna start this off?
Well, we can just basically, I guess I'll go first because I was in the scenario first.
You're gonna give your version of the story, right? And then I'm gonna give my version of the story of how we met.
So y'all know he about to act the fool now, right? Because he said his version and my version, so.
Right.
Anywho, I'm over here tagging people.
Okay. They blocked me from tagging y'all. I know y'all know why, because I tagged all y'all in that video. And that dance video. I just put out a dance tutorial. It's the basic dance. It's a basic dance routine, one that I use in the house. Why the kids are so good at flexing, you know, and dancing, period, and picking up routines is, you know, I have them do that routine often. I did that so that anybody who wanted to learn get some dance lessons and stuff like that, I can teach advanced stuff. Like, I don't have to teach the basics, you know, if you guys pick up that routine. All right? Pretty easy. I'll break it all the way down in there, but that's not what this is about. It's about how we met, all right? So,
all right, I'm done.
Guys, let them questions go anytime. How y'all doing tonight? Talk back. How y'all doing tonight?
All right. So I guess I'll go first.
You go first?
Yeah.
All right, she about to let y'all know.
So, I was 21 years old.
She was 21. She just got official.
Right.
And she was looking for me.
I wasn't looking for him.
She's like, I'm turning 21. Let me look for Stone.
Anyway, I was 21, and I had my son Malachi at this point already. I believe he was like 5 months.
5 months? 4 months?
6 months. 6 months. 6 months. 6 to 7 months at this point.
He wasn't 7 months.
Yeah.
All right, 7 months. You got it.
Yeah. And
What's up?
Right. Period. All right. So yeah, he was like 7 months, and it was a weekend, and every weekend, you know, he would be with his dad in the Bronx, and so I lived in Brooklyn, New York, and I was working in the Bronx at this point. Yeah, at this time, and so.
What you was doing?
All that? All right. I was a choreographer.
She's a choreographer.
Then, when I was 21, I was a choreographer. I taught hip hop, dance hall, and salsa and merengue.
You heard?
At that time.
What's up?
So, I was 21. I had my son already, 7 months, and a friend of mine that I was working with lived in Brooklyn as well, and she had invited me.
I might hear something new, y'all.
She had invited me to go hang with
This
her.
is how she spring things on me and give me some extra.
No spring things.
Look, I get extra information when we have these. That's why I love that we have Marriage Mondays, because I get to hear things that I didn't hear or I might have forgot about. All right. Yeah.
Or no, that you forgot about.
Yo, go ahead.
Anyway, so right, so my friend had invited me. It was a couple of people around, and we were just playing music and chilling.
Oh,
it was like a gathering. Yeah, it was a gathering. It wasn't
she
like
worked with you, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Look at that.
Yeah, she worked with me. So apparently, his cousin was there at this particular party. So I've gathered with my coworker a couple of times.
Right,
but this was the first time, meeting his cousin. His cousin was there. And so she was there, and I was dancing and stuff. And so, his cousin was like...
I really don't know this side of the story.
Here we go.
I don't know this side.
All right.
I just remember you going with my side of the story. But go ahead, though.
That's because he don't listen. And he
I
don't
do
ask
listen.
me. It's all about him. It's the Storm Show. That's
yo,
why.
go ahead,
anyway,
yo.
So he so I'm dancing or whatever, and his cousin was like, "Oh, I have a cousin that dances," and I was like, "Oh, for real?" And she goes, "Yeah, he dances," and I'm like,
He's
"Well,
the best on the planet."
And she didn't say it like that. No, you're going in. And I was like, "Well, I'm known for beating dudes, so."
Dang, y'all heard that?
That's what I said.
She said, "I'm known for being dude, so I'll chomp him."
Yeah.
She just said that on rip to my cousin.
So she was like, "All right, that's good." So she had called him over.
Now y'all see where the kids get it from.
So he was.
Oh, go ahead.
Really?
Go ahead.
Really?
Go ahead.
Anyway, so he came to the party so we can battle. That's what that was. You know what I mean? So you wanna start saying your part, like you being.
Oh, so that's
let's go back.
That's how we met. So it's my turn.
Yeah, so that's how he ended up at the party because
right.
it
was a gathering.
Right. So go ahead. You can say your part from there.
Y'all got any questions for her with just that part? She said she was 21. Malachi, the oldest boy, was six or 7 months.
Right.
She was teaching. She was teaching dance in the Bronx. She was a choreographer.
Mm-hmm.
And she always gathered with her coworkers on the weekends. And this time, my cousin happened to be at the gathering.
Right, because she's never been there before. Like,
is my cousin related to, or that's just her friend, a mutual friend or something?
Mutual friend.
But they call each other. They say it.
No, your cousin's friend is close friends with her. That's how that works.
Okay. All right, boom. So that's how I got there. She called me over. Let me tell you what I was doing now. So this is what happened. So I was gonna make a joke, y'all. I ain't gonna do it. Oh my gosh. I ain't gonna do it. So you weren't scared to meet him? Or did you even know you were going to meet him?
I wasn't scared.
Oh, Maya.
No, I wasn't scared. And I'm going to be straightforward, honest. I was drinking and stuff.
She was wasted.
I was not even wasted.
Nah, you wasn't wasted. She wasn't wasted.
He was fiending. So, of course, when you got some licks in you, your confidence is kind of high, right? But, in the same token, I was dancing. I'm a dancer, and I'm from Brooklyn. And, if any of my junior high school friends I'm still friends with in Facebook, they'll tell you that I battled. That's what I did. I battled when I was in junior high school, and I was really, really good at it. And I used to really seriously beat boys. So it wasn't a lie, and I was really confident in my battling since I was a kid. So, I was like, yeah, no, I'm going to chew him. So tell him to come over. So I wasn't scared. I wasn't scared to meet him. I didn't know what he looked like. I want to say what was said about him before he came.
Wait, let me get.
So
let me
let
get
him
over
say
there
his
first.
part, and I'm gonna tell you what was said because I think this is really vital and important
All right.
to the story.
So
What
let
was
me-
said about him. So I'm gonna let him say his
Let me
part.
tell you what I was doing. So, I was running the streets. She was 21, 20, 19, 18.
No, you was 19.
I just turned 19, matter of fact.
You just turned 19, right?
All right, I just turned 19.
Right,
I
and
was
I
a
was
young
21.
boy. I was a young boy. She does this all the time.
No, he does this
I'm
all the time.
33.
No,
Yo.
he does this all the
Yo.
time because he's trying to say that I'm 3 years older than he is, and that's not
Oh my
true.
gosh, it's so true. All right, listen. All right, it's not true. Can I say my part?
Go ahead.
So, you know, I'm a young boy.
The truth.
I'm a teenager. She a grown lady, right? Yo, let me tell my story. I'm a teenager, right? She a grown lady or whatever. And, you know, my cousin called me. I'm in the streets, you know what I mean? Wilding out, you know what I mean? Just wilding out. Y'all can ask you a question. I ain't going to volunteer no information that will incriminate me. But I was in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So my cousin called me. I was getting ready to do what I do in the streets. And my cousin called me, so it kind of like saved my life, guys. You know what I mean? It's a bad boy. So she called. It's so crazy. She called me. I'm right next to a funeral home. Like I feel like it was like destined. You know what I'm saying? It was really like I saw it. In retrospect though, I couldn't see it at that time.
Of course.
But I'm walking past the funeral home on 1 Troy. You know what I mean? Brooklyn, New York. And she rings the phone. I'm like, yo, what up? I ain't speak to you in a long time. I ain't speak to my cousin in a long time. I'm like, yo, what's goody? And she like, yo, is this girl over here say she could beat any dude in dancing? Mind you, I already had a dance team. I was always already traveling to PA, VA, and I always had a camera on my back and stuff like that. And I would record dance teams and, record my dances and stuff like that and perform at different places. Any way I could pop up at, like bars, different places, and perform. That's how I got my name out there. That's how I got my name big. It was before the battle and stuff like that. I was winning talent shows, going to school talent shows and stuff like that. All right, so that's what I was doing. And then, so I was looking for a girl. We always had guys on a group. Whatever group I had, it was always a bunch of guys. The girls were scarce.
And you know what? That's what she told me too.
Yeah.
Like he's looking for a dancer.
So I wasn't trying to holler, and she wasn't trying to holler at me because she didn't know what I looked like.
No.
I
wasn't trying to be in a relationship at this point because, I had just broken up and everything. So I wasn't trying to be with nobody.
So we heard the words battle, and we was like,
right, that's it.
What up?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So she's like, yo, I pay for your cab and everything. I was like, what? So she wanted to see something go down.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm like, word. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, word, because everything was clicking in my head. I'm like, word. So I jump in the cab, ride down to the place. I come up in there. I'm looking for who she talking about. I'm cheesing and all. I'm looking for who she talking about. I see her over there in the corner sitting on the throne like it was a chair, but it looked like a throne. In my mind, in my mind, in retrospect, that's what it looks like. Anyway, so I see her sitting over there. I'm like, yo, I'm about to OD. I'm about to violate. I came in there. She looked at me. She was like, "Hey, that man look good." Yo, chill, man, chill.
Yo,
she
he
was like,
is going in. No, shut up.
Look,
My turn.
Yes,
no,
right?
No.
All right, I got there, right?
Yep, you got there.
I got there. It's her turn.
Because you're going in right now. My turn. So
wait. I got a question. So was it love at first sight or at first dance?
Now I'm gonna answer that. And this is how I'm gonna
go.
answer it. Because that's exactly what I'm gonna go get into. So before he came, because now he's on his way. So now he's on, he's on his way. They're talking about him. Everyone is talking about him.
Okay.
And they're like, oh, he dances real well, but he's a womanizer, like mad stuff. He's a womanizer. He got
a young dancer.
mad kids. This is what they said. He had mad kids. He had mad kids.
I was a wild boy.
He got mad girls. He be hitting on girls. Just like terrible things about him. I'm like, dang, like that's crazy. You know, so again, when him coming, I'm not thinking of sparks or looking for anyone. It was just straight battle. I'm just gonna battle him, right? And then they're saying these things. But as soon as he came in, I would say, to answer your question, Amaye, it was love at first sight. When I saw him,
yeah, nah.
because you're not even telling your side.
All right.
Because you.
I'm next. Go ahead.
I don't even want to say it because now you get on my nerves. Anyway, it was.
My
love
mama
at
said
first
I'm
sight.
handsome.
Calm down. Stay in the spirit.
Alright.
So, but everything that was said about him, it was like, like he said, retrospect. Today, I can say, because I didn't know who God was then.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know his voice at all. So I believe that God allowed me to see who he really was. You know, and pretty much what was said about him, I heard that there were lies. That's what I heard. Like I heard lies, and then I got to see who he was, and I fell in love with who I saw. You know, and today I can say I saw who he, like, his potential, his true self, not what he was, you know, where he was at the time.
The vibes.
Calm down. Not where he was at the moment, you know what I mean, but who God had called him to be.
She's spiritual.
So, you know, and I did, and it was weird, because it's like, how can you feel for somebody like this, like you just met, and you heard so many things about this person? So, to answer your question, yes, it was love at first sight when I first saw him. Calm down.
Does it? My turn?
Is it the same with you?
So I came in the door.
Way in the 4-4, my fault.
I saw all the ladies in there. You know what I mean? And I used to love the ladies. You know, I used to love the ladies, right? And then, so I wasn't even paying attention to her, to be honest. I wasn't paying attention. But it wasn't that, pay attention, y'all. It wasn't that I wasn't paying attention to her. I wasn't paying attention to me. So I didn't notice how I really felt. Because, you know, I didn't know myself for real. You know what I mean? I didn't know myself because I was, you know, in the streets, you know? So it was just normal to me until I looked back. So then I see her, whatever. She gets up. It's time to battle. So in retrospect, I would say yes, it was love at first sight. In retrospect, it was love at first sight. I know that it was, you know. But I think that women and men look differently. Feel me? I wasn't looking with my eyes. I was looking with my eyes, but then she was the same, but she did something different. She did something different, and she made me see with my heart. You know what I mean? She made me see with my heart. Feel me? But go ahead.
You squinted.
Go ahead.
All right, so now it was time to battle. And again, I'm going to remind you guys, I was intoxicated. So they threw on the throwback reggae. And
You requested that? You don't remember?
Not that but that's what we listened to.
Right.
Like, that's all, because that's, I don't know, people from Brooklyn, you know what I mean?
I remember one
we
thing.
We listen to reggae.
I remember one thing. But go ahead, though. You was going.
Talking.
Take us up into this moment.
Calm down.
That's what we doing?
I'm not finished.
That's what we was doing?
Yeah,
we bring them up to
yeah.
Today?
I want them to know how we got everything, like that part. So anyway, because it wasn't traditional at all. So
I hit her over the head like, and I dragged her here.
So we battled. I say I won.
You say? Or you said?
I've said that I won.
She said. She don't say that now.
No, I changed my mind. I actually was looking again. I won. Think about how you was dancing. A lie.
What?
Okay.
You could never deal with me.
Are you kidding me?
I remember every dance move you did.
Yo.
You don't remember every dance move I did.
No, I remember what I did.
Bruh, you know how I was moving back then?
Yeah.
I was moving Mars.
Nah.
My movement was illy.
No.
I'm telling you, like, my whole body movement was like, whoa. My body movement wasn't lit?
Dang. Really? You really want to show how you used to connect?
That's
Don't do that.
That's not
Don't
it.
do that.
I wasn't doing that, though.
Here's the thing. He had nice movements, but at that time, I feel like he was an entertainer.
That's right.
And then the other type of entertainer, if you know what I mean.
I was a young stripper boy.
Exactly. So you can't.
Exactly. A stripper boy, I wasn't doing nothing with my hands. It was all body.
So he's doing all of that, but I'm going ham though. I was going ham. I took your heart. I was going wild. I was killing you.
You making it hot now. I think you was probably going harder than I thought.
Exactly.
But you definitely, it had to.
No.
The only thing I'm taking is a tie.
Son,
but I won, like Mario. I got the girl, right?
So what? But you ain't beat me.
That's why she liked me, because I could dance. She was like, oh, look how he move his body.
I did like him because I calm down. Ew.
All right, go ahead.
I did like you because you can dance. That joint was lit. But you ain't beat me, though.
Oh, my gosh.
And that's why he liked me, because he know I was coming at him.
Tag my cousin and ask her who won.
Yeah, we got to tag her, because.
Tag them right now.
You ain't beat me.
And tell her who won.
You ain't beat me. But anyway.
She said, smoke it right now. All right, I'm about to turn on the tunes right now.
What you saying?
Right
Stop playing with me.
Oh, my gosh. Look at her.
Please.
We're about to settle this right now. What y'all want to happen?
Really? Really?
The next video, we got to finish this first. But y'all put it in the comments if y'all want us to battle. Handicap battle, though. Only old school reggae. Why? Because I've been in the lab? I'm going to dance like I danced back then, and you dance like how you danced back then.
I'm not even going to talk to him right now. Anyway, I was nice or whatever. And again, you have to remember, like, he has to remember I was a choreographer, so I was nice. Like, I was on. Feel me? Anyway.
Nice to her and nice to me is two different things. I was a street battle dancer.
You was a stripper.
All right.
Because you wasn't even battling like that then, really. Let's be honest.
You're right. I was performing.
Thank you. Come on.
I was performing. You're right.
Right.
I've been battling over a decade. So.
Right. He started battling when he got with me. So.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
Anyway. Yeah, because sometimes he be forgetting, but it's all right.
I've been doing this for so long.
Right, and I give him that. But sometimes, ladies, you gotta remind them sometimes, like,
it's real.
Don't forget, like, where it was. You feel me? Anyway, but I feel like that's one of the things that you loved about me.
I don't know what happened. I'm trying to keep it PG. Look, if your kid's on Facebook, that's your fault. But yo, I couldn't forget when she turned around and threw it up. I'm like, yo, I've never seen nothing like that in my life. That's what I couldn't forget.
I know.
But go ahead.
Anyway, anyway. So for him, Amaye, it was love at first stand for him when I stood up.
Oh, my man, Savage here.
Word, Savage.
You know, he was around.
Savage was around. He know I was beastie back then. So don't even go there. He even vouched for me. So that's how. So we battled or whatever, and then his cousin took him. Like I was still there.
We left together?
No. Well, yeah, you and her left together, and I think that's when I kissed you on your neck.
Hey, you.
Yeah. And I kissed him on his neck.
And I got a tattoo
where he got
right
my
there.
name right now.
Boom. Right there. Boom.
But it was weird. I feel like I was being controlled. Because I've never done anything like that before.
If she didn't do that, she would have just been just like the other girls.
Like, it was weird.
And
he was like, I'm like, you leaving? He was like, yeah, I'm gonna leave. I was like, dang. So, I don't know. It was like, he gave me a hug. Like, I was sitting on the chair, and you squat down, and you gave me a hug.
And when you kissed me, it was like mad weird. I'm like,
yeah, and I was like, what the world? Like, why did I do that? You know what I mean? But
she knew she had to lock it in.
My body was like this, but I was like, why did I do that? So
she knew she had to lock it in.
Calm down.
Nah, my bad. It was the Lord that had predestinated this moment in time, and He used her to do what He know His Son. Come on now, what His Son would notice. Come on, church.
Anyway, so that's what happened. So go ahead.
What? Where we going? Where we at?
How I kissed you on your neck, and that was you because
When I leave, right?
yeah, when you leave.
Y'all got any questions so far? Any questions so far? Yo.
So that's how we met.
Questions so far from me or her? So far. And y'all gotta play this back. If you just jumping on here, you gotta play it back.
Look, Savage said big
funny.
facts. I told you.
So I probably went to go dance at Savage House. I probably went to go dance at Savage House.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Went, left.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, guys. I could not stop thinking about her. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dang, man. And I had some girls. I had like at least, I ain't gonna incriminate myself, a lot, all right? Of official girls. And I was like, yo. Cause you know, when I was young, I never really wanted to be in the game, but it was just like, it was
a game.
It was how I was raised. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about my mom or anything, streets, whatever. But I had a lot of girls and she made me think about that. I'm like, none of them dance like that. So that was that difference. That was the direction I was going. And I'm like, yeah, ain't nothing like that in the world, in my world anyway. So I was like, I think it took a week. How long it been? It was like a week, and I was like calling around trying to get her number.
Yeah, it was. Mm-hmm.
I was calling everybody trying to get her number. Like, yo, you know Shorty number that was at the party? Like, what's Shorty number?
Yeah,
you
so
know what I mean?
Called my friend.
Yeah, I was like, yo, can y'all give me her number? It was late.
Mm-hmm. It was like 2:00 in the morning late.
So when they gave it to me, I called her right away. I didn't care what time it was. I called her right away. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to see you again. Like,
so wait.
So
before he called, my friend called.
So what happened
and she said,
between the time?
I mean, of course, you was on my mind a lot too.
I'm so. This is like.
And it wasn't a week. It was like 3 days, I think. 2 or 3 days.
All right. It felt like forever.
No, because we haven't seen each other in a week. That's what that was.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what it was. But it was like 2 or 3 days, and of course I was thinking about you.
I feel like a young boy right now.
But my friend called, and she was like, yo, he called me asking for your number. I just want to give your number out, but is it all right?
I remember what she asked me too. She was like, why you want her number? She's like, why you want her number? You like her? I'm like, yo, she all right, like... Yo, like, let me get her number. She was trying to get all the sauce. But go ahead.
So I was like, yeah, he can get my number. So after I hung up, I didn't expect him to call. I did not expect him to call after me saying, yes, he can have my number. And he called within maybe like 20 or 30 minutes after hanging up with her.
Right away.
Yeah, he called. So, and it was like 2:00 in the morning. It was late. So go ahead.
She was still living with her mama.
Yeah, I was.
I was living with my. Well, I can't say I was living with my mama really, because I was on the streets. You know what I mean? But anyway, after I called, I said I was trying to see you again. Then what you said?
Right. So she had another party. She had another party.
Oh yeah.
Right. She had a Valentine's Day. Yeah, Valentine's Day party.
And I got to see her again.
And that's how we seen each other again. So that was like the following week. So we got to see each other again, and at this time, you know, we were talking more intimate, getting to know each other.
You remember any conversations? Not really, huh?
No.
Not really.
It's a long time ago.
So.
It was late.
It was mad late.
It was mad late. We actually.
So I got the, we broke day.
At her house.
And then the next day.
He took me to his mother's house.
I brought her home to my mom. Ask my mama right now. I brought her home to my mom. I took her in the house to my mom. I spent her around like this. I like, Ma, look at my wife. This is my wife right here.
And when he said that, I said, yeah, I'm ready to go home.
She was tight.
I was mad
She was
nervous.
vexed. Cause imagine her, she just meeting me really. And she hear all these stories. Now it's really hitting her. She thought it was lies, but then now it's really hitting her mind like, nah, hold up. I don't know what this man doing.
Like,
Yeah,
I just met you, and you
and I spin her around like,
he didn't
yo,
say
mama.
that to me, you know what I mean? But he said it to his
Mama,
mother
this is
first.
my wife
I'm like,
right here.
oh,
I
nah.
claimed it.
I need to go.
I decreed and declared it. Feel me? Feel me, church? I was like, I'm keeping this. Look, Ma, I had to establish that with a witness of 2 or 3. A thing is confirmed or established. Feel me? I ain't know that back then. I know it now. You know what I mean? So that was all the spirit. That was all the spirit, for real.
Spoken into
existence. That's right.
He did, and then on the way
I spoke
home,
those things that were not as though they were. Come on, church.
and I said, "Yeah, I'm ready to go home." So he's walking me home, and while he's walking me home, he's like, "Yeah, you're gonna have my kids too." I said, "Yeah, I definitely."
Yo,
need to go.
that man was crazy.
I definitely need to go, cause this.
She said,
crazy.
At least it wasn't a lie. Raw said, at least it wasn't a lie. Word.
Girl, I was scared out of my life.
Oh man.
I've never experienced that before. Nobody ever said nothing like that.
Yeah.
Like, and then introduced me to their mom. This is our second time meeting. And
She said, "Take me home." I didn't care. I was like, "Yo, I mean this." So even though I meant it, I still had mad girls that I had to get rid of. This is one of the reasons for this tattoo. I know a lot of them are on my Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to put nobody on blast, but you know. So I got this to get rid of some. And it did get rid of some because they like, yo, you got a tattoo of a girl name on your neck. I didn't know about getting a ring or getting married and stuff like that.
At that time.
Back then. I'm a teenager, right? So I got this on my neck to show that I was serious, you know, because I wanted to keep her, but I didn't know how to, you know, express that, you know. Like my mom was married and stuff like that, but that's why we do the Marriage Mondays, because we want to enlighten people on marriage and how to lock it in. You know, just the steps that you take. I think some people need rings, some people need paperwork, some people need those things, but there's also people that don't need that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you have to know each other to know if you need it or if you don't need it. Right. You know, I say lock it all the way down, because, you know, if we had not locked it all the way down, I would have still been playing. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna say that I wasn't playing even when we locked it down, because I was young, you know? It's no excuse, but you know, when you live in a certain life, you don't just transform like that. And you know, I didn't know the Lord as yet, so then I started learning those ways. So she had to put up with a lot of pain. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's why I give her so much love now, because I'm seeing the pain and I'm like, it just break me to pieces. So it make me so tender, you know. So God does that. All the things that we go through in life.
Just to let you know, I didn't ask him to get my name tattooed on his neck. Actually, I didn't know he was getting that. Mm-hmm. He actually came back with his sister, because you went with your sister. Mm-hmm. And then he showed me. So I didn't know, and nor did I say that he better go get it or he should. You know, I didn't know he was doing any of that.
So I know it's real, right? God, word.
But Amaya said tattoo, so she knows it's real.
That's right. Amaya and Kaniqua said it. Mm-hmm. It's real, man. It was real. It was hard. It was a tough. I want to say game, but it wasn't a game. It was serious, but it was a tough lifestyle for me, and transitioning to being something that I never seen before. You know what I mean? Becoming whatever a real man looked like. I just wanted to do my best, you know, because I felt like I was gifted with this opportunity. So everything that I'm saying, I hope that the men are taking notes and the women are taking notes, everything that we're saying, because, you know, a lot of these are like golden nuggets. A lot of these could throw up red flags. A lot of these could help you hone in on the one, you know what I mean, make it easier for you, because I don't believe that every time should be this difficult. I feel like this was a special case because God wanted to do a thing, and to
I don't want to say God really gave me the strength. The mind is a very powerful thing, honestly, because, you know.
That's right. She said, felt that it's all about how you come back from your mistakes, bro.
Right. I would say the mind is a real powerful, is a very powerful tool, and I say that because in the beginning of our relationship, it was serious. But my arms were open to the possibility of us being together and not being together. And I'm going to explain what I mean by that. Like, first of all, I had a son, you know, and as I mentioned before, you know, telling the story of how we got together.
And I didn't know she had a son. I thought she was just a single lady. Go ahead.
I didn't want to be in a relationship, you know, so when, you know, him and I started talking, I said, I'm going to start just dating and talking because I didn't do that, you know, that's not accustomed to, you know, to me or things that I know, you know what I mean? To me, you know, it's, oh, you like me, I like you, we're together. You know what I mean? We're official, not I like you, you like me, so let's get to know each other, you know. So this was, and I was 21, I had my son, I had a job and stuff, and I'm like, all right, now I'm going to do things differently. So with him, I said, you know what? I'm going to go along for the ride. So that's why in the beginning I was able to endure the things because I felt like he wasn't really officially mine, really, because we were getting to know each other. So with that being said, you know, it was allowed for him to be honest with me because I didn't take it personal.
Yeah,
you know,
that's one thing I always was honest. Like I always, that's important in a relationship. A person that's honest. I was always honest. I didn't feel like I had anything to hide. I was comfortable with my million girls. You know what I'm saying? And you know why lie? Because I didn't feel like it was a loss. But you know, for some reason I felt like this would have been a loss. So I had to lock it in some way. And I would have locked it in every way, but I just didn't know any other way. You know.
So with that being said, in the first year of us being together, it was definitely a roller coaster ride.
We started dancing together
because and he started going to my classes, and that I was teaching in the Bronx, and so my students, you know, fell in love with him. He was incorporating flex, you know, movements to, you know, the hip hop and broke up to, you know, to hip hop.
Because I wasn't really
like
introduced to flex like that back then.
Right, at that time. Yeah, it was broke up at first.
It was broke up.
It was definitely broke up at first. So then, but I broke up, but I didn't teach, you know, my students that.
Right, she taught hip hop.
Right, because I was really heavy in hip hop, because before teaching, I was actually in a hip hop group.
Right.
So,
but what counts is you did whatever you could to figure out how to lock it in. That's right, which is beautiful. Thanks so much. Word.
So, it was difficult. It was difficult because
I'm bugging. I could have been reading it from here.
It was difficult because, again, I'm not knowing that the things that are being said to me is God.
Y'all can ask your questions at any time, too.
The Bible said that gift comes without repentance, and it also says that he would never leave you nor forsake you, even if you didn't even get to really know him personally.
Right. But he knew you. He said before you were formed in your mother's womb, he knew you.
So God definitely have been speaking to me, because without him, I would not be able even to be here right now. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I definitely wouldn't have been alive. Like I said, that call saved my life.
So, you know, the first year of being together, I heard God saying, you know, just hear him. Like, just hear him, talk to him, be honest, be gentle with him. You know, I know you're feeling this way. Yeah, because I was mean. But, you know, and I had to learn.
It was mad hard for her in the beginning.
It was because he was never.
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
He had ways about him. And it was ways about him that he couldn't articulate to me that I had to figure out. Like, he was a grumpy old man if he was hungry. But he would never say that he was hungry. You know what I mean? Then if you was to ask him if he was hungry, he would say no. And then, you know, what would you like to eat? What do you like? He won't tell you. Like, it was very difficult, you know? Even when we went out for the first time.
I was really guarding my heart, for real.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even, I didn't know the feelings that I was feeling. I never felt those feelings. So I was like, nah, I don't want you to do nothing for me. And sometimes, a little bit, I'm still like that, a little bit. Like, I'm like, you know what I mean? Because it feels like it's just getting deeper and deeper. And I feel like I don't know myself, you know? But you're supposed to transform and change. It's like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly.
It's in your hand, babe.
I'm bugging. I like looking at it on the screen. My bad.
So
y'all liked each other a lot. When did y'all realize it was love?
So I was visiting him every weekend. Huh? What, real love?
Yeah, we realized it was real love in these days, right? When did you realize? I realized it in these days, like in the past, maybe, I don't know. I can't say. When we came to the Lord, we knew, and we found out the Lord's love. Then we kind of knew. Nah, I can't say that. I'm gonna be safe and say the past 3 years. That's what I'm gonna be safe and say. That's when I realized. But yeah, we did like each other a lot. Go ahead. Though.
No, I knew I loved him.
Yeah, she knew. I didn't know.
Yeah. Because it's just certain things that, like, and it's so funny because confirmation is the word of God. That's how, you know. And I remember even before reading the word, I would say things to people because they would ask me that actually knew what I went through, like, why did you stay, or you know what I mean. And I would say things like, you know, when you choose, I chose to love him. I chose to accept what came with him. You know, no, I didn't expect to change him because I don't feel like a person can change a person. But, you know, I believe that God can, especially when you give them to God. But, you know, I felt like, you know, I had to endure.
You believe in that if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, that's how you know?
Yeah,
I believe that too.
I believe in that.
Because we actually did that. We was like, yo, we out. Yeah. I'm out. You know what I mean? And that's when it's like, yo, ain't nothing like this. You know? Yeah.
So I want to get to where, you know, we got married.
Let's do how I met Malachi.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah, that's cool. So at this point, I ain't know she had a son. Did you meet my son first? Yeah, I met Junior first.
All right, so yeah, she met Junior first because I think
I met you at Savage House since he was up here.
Yeah.
You had him on weekends. This particular weekend you had him.
Yeah.
And I met you at Savage House and he was there.
So both of our sons was the same age basically. Around the same age.
At that time they were, yeah.
They were around the same age when we met. But go ahead.
And this is when you cut your hair.
I thought I asked about...
When I met him, he had hair. He had braids.
Let me tell you something. It was like total initiation, man. I had to do so much. I had to do so much because of how low I was.
So much. Lord have mercy.
Because of how low I was. She was on a higher frequency than me. Me, I was so like dirty. You know what I mean? Like I was just living crazy. But she said I don't even like guys with long hair. I remember what she said exactly. Next time she saw me, I ain't had no hair. And my hair was long too. Yeah. You know, young teenage boy, everybody was growing their hair, all that. My hair was mad long, and I cut that joint because I wanted all that. You know what I mean? So, you know, this is how you know the guy is the one when he willing to make sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? Make sacrifices like.
So his hair was cut. And the reason why I didn't at the time, because my first boyfriend that I had, he had hair and he was just very into his hair. And I didn't want to deal with that. You know what I mean? So I was like, I can't do the hair thing. Like, I can't do it. So he cut.
Malachi, what'd I say?
No, I met Junior.
All right, you met Junior.
And stuff like that. So I think because of that, you was like, why don't you bring Malachi next time?
How did I know about him?
I've been told you knew.
Okay.
Like
I said, why don't you bring your son?
Yeah, why don't you bring your son? Because we've been meeting, and you knew he was at his father's house. Every time I met up with you, he was at his dad's house. So he was like, oh, why don't you bring Malachi next time? And I was surprised because I was like, you know, what guy wants? You know, I would think he just want to spend time with me and not get to know my son. So that was very attractive to me, you know, and he gained points for that because, you know, my son was my world at that point. So
we gonna get into how we got married?
Yeah, that's all I keep saying year. But so that's how he met Malachi, and he fell in love with Malachi. How did you feel like with Malachi at the time? Nobody could touch him. Like he was so overprotective.
Let me tell you something. When I met her son, I was so happy because, you know, I had issues, you know, with you know my son's mom, and I had to see him on weekends, basically, you know, um, and so when the person that I love, you know what I'm saying, I knew she had a son. I feel like I always just wanted a family because I was raised just by my mom alone, right? And you know, I grew up without a dad and stuff like that, and I never wanted somebody to feel that pain of being without a dad. So I'll always be like, you know, that mentor, that voice, and you know, I think young kids were the only ones that make me stand up and want to be better. You know what I'm saying? So when I met him, I'm like, yo, this, like, I really got a family, you know. So then I started living different. That helped me out a lot. It helped me out a lot. I was like, I got rid of a lot of other girls. That's how many it was. I got rid of a lot of other girls. I was like,
and then when I got pregnant with Janai, that even sealed the deal with that too, because my job was still working too. So this is now a year. We're a year together. Now I end up pregnant after being together for a year. And
let me answer Shane a question.
Okay.
She said, I feel like as females we accept more than what a man would put up with. So question, if the roles were reversed, Storm, do you think you would have put up with all of what Iris dealt with and still see her as your wife? Never. You feel me? Never. Like, I'm like, I don't know because I'm like that now. I have that heart.
No,
I'm tender now.
Then.
All right, let me see. Then I was horrible.
No, I'm going to give him a story. I'm going to tell you how he was. Okay, this is what I had to deal with. No,
let me see.
Excuse me.
Let me look at it for myself.
Excuse me. So this is before I was pregnant. This is within the year of being together, right? And this is on the weekend because Malachi again was with his dad.
We got like 10 minutes. All
right, I have to say the story because I want them to know how you was.
Y'all can ask any question though.
So my homeboy, I'm like a dude. I know he said this before.
It's my bro.
Yeah, like I'm like a dude. I'm a different type of
tomboy
girl. Like I'm a tomboy or whatever. So I have, I'm really close friends with dudes, and I have friends that been with me since junior high school and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I hated that.
So he has at this point, because his is different now, but at this point, he had a way he viewed women. Period. Yeah. You know. And it was crazy. Sorry,
y'all. That's why I show y'all so much love right now. I'm sorry.
So, my homeboy, he knew what I was going through. Like, because I told him at this point, like, I used to tell him everything. So, he knew what I was going through. So, he checked up on me. Because on his way to work, because he worked at, over there, Boys and Girls. So, on his way to work, he knew I was staying there. So, he was like, oh, what's good? You good? Everything's good? You need something to eat? Whatever. I was like, nah, I'm good. This dude is talking to his neighbor. Mind you, he knows my friend. I told him about him. You know what I mean? So he knows him. They met and everything. He let this guy whisper in his ear all this nonsense, right?
Go ahead, though.
All this nonsense. He goes upstairs. So I don't know why he goes upstairs. I'm sitting on the steps waiting for him. This dude pours water out of a bucket on my head. And I just had gotten my hair done, too. On my head.
Really?
And it wasn't just water. This dude, I want to say the N-word so bad, but I'm trying to learn not to say it. Right? I'm doing, because I would have called them the N-word like 5 times by now. So this dude, he puts seasonings and soy sauce in the water.
I had to make her feel like how I felt.
But I didn't do anything to you.
She ain't know.
And poured it, exactly, pad tea, poured it on me. So this was the type of, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I was dealing with.
Okay, let's talk about the marriage now.
Just had to let that, be known.
So yeah, I would have never.
So no, he wouldn't have endured any of that. So we've been together for a year, and now at this point, I'm, pregnant with Janai. I had stopped working because Janai was extremely heavy. So I was like, no, I'm 9 months and Smooth was with us because Smooth was Storm's student at this point.
And Janai is how old? Like 13?
Yeah.
So I knew Smooth Rambo, aka Rambo.
13 years so far.
13 years. We had a group back then.
Right, before VT.
Yeah.
Right. So so Smooth was with us, and I was like, yo, take me home. I want to get my bags. I want to go to the hospital because they need to induce this labor because I can't like hold him, like he's heavy.
Yeah.
And he was like,
I know Janai got big head.
big shoulders. So I was like, you know.
Me too. Don't start up here. Yeah.
So we get halfway to my house, and like every block I had to stop walking. Right? You remember I had to stop walking because it was really, really heavy. And he was like, I don't want you to give birth yet. I was like, why? He was like, cause I want to get married. I'm like, boy, bye.
Right.
Like, please, now you want to get married? You know what I'm saying? Please. Because we didn't really talk about, it's so funny. He said he wants me to be his, you know, like that I was his wife, but we really rarely spoke about marriage.
Yeah.
Within that year.
Would just pop out of nowhere.
Yeah, like, he's very random. So I was like, yeah, whatever. I believe it when I see it. He was like, I'm serious. Let's go. Like, he wanted to get married before our son came. And I was like,
cause I ain't want to make that mistake again. Cause I wasn't married to my son's mother officially, and then you know what I mean. I just didn't want to see that cycle cause it happened. I seen it so much, so I wanted to do. I wanted to do more. I wanted to be better, and I said, yo, I gotta marry this lady. I gotta lock it down. I gotta give her everything because she gave me everything. Like imagine watching her go through all of that and still being there. You know what I mean? To him who is forgiven much loves much, right? So watching her, I'm like, dang, I can't give her nothing. You know, not money, not nothing. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna give her all I got, and I'm gonna be the greatest I could ever be. You know, and Malachi was the icing on the cake because I wanted to be all that for him too.
Yeah, he loved. He to this day like. Yeah. The twinkling, like it's crazy their relationship.
I just learned even now. I learned to see myself in other people, like see myself in other people and see where people are. You know, that's why I give my heart, I give everything in that way because I was everything. Like Paul said, I was the chiefest of sinners. Nobody sinned more than me. Nobody was worse than me. That's how I know God's grace is sufficient. That's how I know that God can save anybody. That's how I know that nobody's too far off that God can't reach you. So Amen. That's why I preach the way I do. That's why I teach the way I do. Because I believe it and it's real. And it's real.
And I believe because of what and before I even go further, like who he is today exceeds who God showed me he was when I first met him. And I tell him that all the time, like when I first met you, I fell in love with you, but I feel like the love that I was feeling was definitely God's love for him, because that's God powerful. Knew who he was. You know what I mean?
So y'all got the advantage, men and women. You guys have the advantage if you're giving your life to the Lord, if you're giving your life to God, if you know yourself, if you know the truth of yourself, the truth of your heart, you search the reins of your heart. You gave yourself to God. You have the advantage because you get to see that early and you don't have to go through so much. Each of us serve as some type of Christ in people's lives, and that's what Christ did on the cross. Each of us serve as that, and our marriage serves as that. We had to go through the fire. We had to do that so that, we can lessen that pain for you guys, and Christ did that for us, Amen. So don't go through pain in vain, man. Use your gifts. Use the gift that's for you. The gift of Christ dying on the cross.
The best way to carry that is definitely, not holding shame, with the things that you went through. No one's not gonna understand, and I had to go through that too. You know what I mean? I had to really, endure things, because nobody's gonna understand the logic, because there's no logic behind it. It's all God, and God is above logic. God is above understanding. God is above all of that,
Even though he reveals those things to you as time goes on.
As
just like what he
goes
said
on.
to his disciples,
Right.
he said, you know, I have so much more to tell you, but right now you can't bear them. You know what I'm saying? So he won't put more on us than we can bear. You know, even
And honestly,
then.
during, I couldn't even tell you like why.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I would just say I believe.
So many
You know what I mean?
lives were
I
changed.
believe-
So many lives were saved through us staying and being patient and holding on in our sacrifice. Like so many, countless lives. Or like I don't even think I would have got saved ever. You know what I'm saying? Like I was all the way in the deep dark place.
I just believe that he wasn't the way he was acting then. I truly believe that that's not who he was. You know, I seen a different. You know, I seen him.
So we married now.
In a different.
No, we got some other
right,
marriage.
but you keep cutting me off.
My bad.
As usual.
My bad.
So
I keep looking at the time. I shouldn't have looked at the time.
So
We stopping at an hour though. That's 3 minutes.
All right, let me just say.
But y'all can keep asking y'all questions because we're gonna jump back on here and answer them.
So we're at the. I remember we was at St. Mary's.
Okay.
So I used to live on the block of St. Mary's on Buffalo, and we got to that point, and I was like, "All right, so then let's go right now." And he was like, "Bet, let's go right now." And
we know
had
how to
Smooth.
do it.
No, we had Smooth. He asked me, said, "You know how to get married?" I was like, "Well, I know City Hall. You know what City Hall is?" I'm like, it's so funny. I travel, right? So of course the 4 train. You know what I'm saying? City Hall. I know that that's City Hall, but I didn't know the building or how. So I was like, yeah, I know where City Hall is, but I didn't know where the building was, but I knew how to get to City Hall because the 4 train says it all the time. So I'm like, yeah. So he was like, all right, so let's go. And then again, we had a witness because this is what I knew. And I told myself, we're going to need a witness, I guess. You know what I mean? As far as I know. So Smooth came with us.
Yeah, because she was way older than me. I was a teenager, you know what I mean? All right, man, all right.
We go, and I remember filling out paperwork. We was filling out paperwork. They called our number and everything and stuff. But the ceremony wasn't then. So
We still had to say I do. We still had to.
No, but think about it. We got married. When you sign that paper, that's us agreeing to get married. So we were legally married, but I didn't know that. You know what I mean? I didn't know that. There was like I had to 24 hours. Y'all can come back, you know, and then
did you change your mind?
Just give each other 24 hours, and then y'all could come back to do the ceremony part, right? So we was like, oh, okay, so we have to come back tomorrow. So we came back the next day. Somebody was supposed to we were supposed to have a witness again. Because at this point, you're supposed to have a witness, not when we was writing. So we didn't need Smooth, but again, we thought we did. So, long story short, we get there. The person that was supposed to be there wasn't there. So we like, dang, how are we gonna do? We need a witness. So we go in, and we see our name on the list. We were the last ones to get married. So we go in, and so we asked someone. that had gotten someone from the party that had gotten married right before us. Excuse me, do you mind if you can just stand and be the witness because our witness didn't come? And she was like, sure. I'll do it.
That's a word.
About strangers to the wedding, yeah. So we had a stranger as a witness. You know, it was this lady, and I was pregnant. I remember I had a black dress too, and mind you, it was a black 2 dress, and it went down. I remember. And it was a lady judge, and she's.
But he gave you beauty for ashes.
Amen.
The garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. The joy for your mourning.
We get married. She take pictures. We had an email address. She sent it, but we don't have nothing. We didn't get anything. No pictures. No family. No.
Yo, let me tell you something. After this happened,
point.
I had to take a step to the side. I said, "What did I just do?"
Yeah, when we got married after that,
I'm like, "Yo, what did I just do?"
We go to the elevator, and there's a window by the elevator, and he sat on the window. I'm like, "What the heck?" And he's like, "Hold on,
because
I
was speaking things. My life, this is not what I saw. I saw darkness in my life. I saw all darkness ahead of me. I didn't think, and there's a lot of us. I didn't think I was gonna make it to 21. You know what I mean? She was only She was the only 21 that I knew that made it to 21. You know what I mean?
I'm done.
But anyway, like, so I'm like, nah, like, how could this be happening? So everything that God was causing me to say out my mouth, you know, gave life to me and was restoring my life and renewing my life. And yeah, we gonna stop at that. We married now, so we gonna do to be continued. Y'all can ask your questions and all of that, you know, for the respect of the hour, you know. But we appreciate y'all jumping up here with us, rocking with us. Make sure y'all check out the Storm Family on YouTube. Check out the Storm Family Dance Challenge. And I want to see some of y'all do it. Send me the video.
Kaniko
Some of
said
y'all
I
do
thought
it.
that too in the coffee shop.
And the kids, throw what in the coffee shop? Throw what in the coffee
A
shop?
storm on your head. I'm done with you, Ryan. Why would you say that? He did.
Opium,
She
funny.
said how we got these strangers as witness and in a coffee shop. Wow. So we got some
Oh,
of
that's
the
what's
testimony.
up. Yeah, we got a lot of things in common. But yeah, man, check us out. Thank you for rocking
I
with
never
us.
knew that.
Make sure you play this video back if you just got on. Play this video back. Tell us your thoughts. Write in the comments. We're gonna respond to you guys. We're gonna try to get into the YouTube, but it might not because I haven't deleted all my memory from putting up these videos and stuff like that. So
He's been working, y'all.
yeah. So we do all this for y'all, man. You know, we can be totally secluded and stuff like that and live our life and you know.
Oh, y'all got married in the coffee shop? That's hot.
Wow, that's blessed.
That's hot.
So we're going to continue
That's
this
different.
from the marriage. That's what's up. We're going to continue this from the marriage. We love you guys. You guys be blessed. And I pray that the Lord continue to keep you, bless you, and strengthen you in Yeshua's name. That he bless every marriage, everyone who's looking to be married. That he'll bring the people that he has designed and destined toward one another. And that he will turn your sight toward him. Because God is a jealous God. He's not jealous of you, but he's jealous for you. Meaning, like, it's if you gave, it's just like a spouse, right? If I gave her all my love and she gave it to somebody else, you're gonna feel that jealousy. So that term is for a husband and wife. All throughout the Bible, he gives us example of husband and wife. How we are the church. The church is the body of Christ. You know, we, the church, is his bride. He's coming back for his bride. And you give us that example so we can understand. God is not jealous. He doesn't have these feelings and emotions and things like that. These are just ways to understand him. You know, ways to relate, because he is so wise. He is so beyond our understanding. You know, just as heaven is above the earth, his ways are above our ways. You know, so I just pray the Lord's blessings and favor over all of you guys who sat here with us, and healing upon your minds, healing upon your heart from all the brokenheartedness that you went through. I pray that the Lord heals you, and that you open up your heart and mind to what he has in store for you. And I pray his blessings and prosperity over you all. I love you guys. You guys be blessed and encouraged. And shalom.
Shalom.